Thank you guys so much for joining me for another episode of Keeping It Real with America's Supermom. I have a new guest here. I have Troy Holt who is with me. We actually got connected, yes, on Clubhouse.
Yes.
So I'm excited to have him here today. We're going to get into some great conversation. We have some things in common. I think it's send out cards, but
You got it.
we'll find out even more as we get into the interview. But before we do that, I want to give Troy the mic, so to speak, so he can introduce himself.
Again, thank you, America Supermom, for this opportunity to be here. I'm truly grateful. I'm gonna use my clubhouse introduction. My name is Troy. I own a company called Troy Holt Consulting. I am the CEO. CEO stands for Chief Encouragement Officer. My title is my personality. As you can see, I'm publicizing how money works. And what I do is one of the things I do is I'm a financial educator, and I educate people, particularly women, on how money works. There's a lot of going on. There's wealth gaps, and so people really don't know about how money works. So I educate them on how to build wealth and protect wealth. Things like financial education, having a emergency fund, protection, those things, and building a foundation. And that's what I do. And I'm honored to be here, and thank you for the opportunity.
I love that. And so this is a great topic, how money works, because,
Yes.
It's a lot of times the elephant in the room. People want to talk about making money.
Yes.
They can envision money, but it's a conversation they still don't talk about. So
True.
how do you get people to open up? Because, even if you ask people, well, let me help you with your business, they don't want to tell you about the money side or whatever. So how do you get people to open up and trust you with it?
So part of it is most of the products that I use are insurance products.
Mm-hmm.
So many people, if I come and approach somebody, say, hey, let's discuss insurance,
Mm-hmm.
people are going to run away. But if I say, hey, let me educate you in how money works, I have a book I give away for free. So I'll ship the book and mail the book. And the book, it's a educational book. And it also is entertaining. It's so educational and entertaining. You could give it to a middle schooler and they could read it and understand the concept. It takes strategies and concepts and put it in simple form. It's not designed for those on Wall Street or academia. It's for just regular people so they can understand. And so just those type of things kind of open doors. And when people start reading the book, light bulbs start coming on and they start, open up. Oh, wow, I didn't know this. One of the questions sometimes I ask people, this question and kind of open up a conversation. Would you like to give your child or grandchild a financial head start?
That's good.
Right. So how do I do that? I didn't get a head start with my family.
Right.
And so when I ask that particular question, we can show them strategies, and it's in that book. It shows them, that strategy. It's one of the ways that, people can see, well, oh, I can do this. And so, one of the strategies is using that insurance product, build the wealth, and you control it. So for example, I have it on my grandchildren, so I control it. I can do whatever I want with the money, and I can give it to them a certain time. I could take it money out and buy things or whatever I want to do. So it just showing, and these are strategies that the wealthy have used for years that we don't know about because nobody never educated us. And now we can educate. Then people say, oh, I didn't know that. I can do that. And I can build a wealth and it grows tax deferred. And when I take it out, it's tax free. Yes.
Love that.
Yeah.
And, and these type of conversations, I love the fact that you asked that question about a financial head start, because, change comes from asking questions.
True.
Many of us are on autopilot. We just do what our parents did to us. And maybe we add a little bit to it. They had $1,000 in savings, so we think we're doing good by having four. You know what I'm saying? Instead of really understanding how to make wealth, as opposed to just, being better than what the previous generation was. So what are some things that we can do with our children to kind of talk to them about money, that we might not be considering?
Well, there's only 21 states out of 50 that offer financial literacy in the school system, and it's not mandatory. And it's simple things like, and there's nothing wrong with it, like budgeting,
Mm-hmm.
handling a checkbook, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you can start a child off, young, like, get the How Money Works book. If a person reach out to me, send me a
Mm-hmm.
mailing address, I'll mail them book, and then them the child and the parent can sit down and go through some of the things in the book, and then they can look at, implementing some of those strategies. They don't have to start everything all at one time. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
long term person. I want to be with
Mm-hmm.
them from now, to eternity per se.
Mm-hmm.
So we can implement certain things at a certain time, but it depends on what they want to accomplish. Are they trying to educate, uh, pay for child's education? Are they trying
Mm-hmm.
to, whatever they want to do? So it just all depends on that particular person, what they want to accomplish. And it varies from person to person based on their budget, their goals, their objectives, and different things like that. But we can start small. The big thing is getting the education and then
Mm-hmm.
executing something. So just don't get just sometimes we read something and then we don't implement. So
Amen.
so it's educated, and then if it's just one thing, implementing that one thing, and then maybe the next year or the next 2 years, implement another strategy, and then moving
Mm-hmm.
on. One of the simple things in the book is protecting wealth. So, do you have a will?
Right.
Just that's something simple. We have family members, no will, no life
Mm-hmm.
insurance, pass. Things got to go through probate. And you
Mm-hmm.
have people that have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Prince, Aretha Franklin didn't have a
Yeah.
estate, no will, no estate planning. So,
Yeah.
so the family gonna fight years to get those funds. So different. So that's simple stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Educating people. Hey, look, let's put these things in place. So in the case something happens, so we cover things like that too.
I love that. And a lot of things, even like you said, when it comes to a will, people don't realize the value
Right.
or wealth that they do have.
Right.
They don't think about it now. They're like, oh, well, I'm not a millionaire.
Yeah.
So what do I need a will for? But then you
Right.
have kids. What about your kids? Who's going to
Right.
have them? All
Sure.
that kind of stuff. So yeah, great points.
Or they, and if they, trust gonna cost a little bit more money, but if they put it in a trust, it
Mm-hmm.
voids probate. I have a friend of mine, a pastor friend of mine, and he
Mm-hmm.
said that I can, mention this. So his wife passed. They have been married almost 25 years. They have
Mm-hmm.
3 children, 17, 13, I think 8 or 9. So they have three
Mm-hmm.
children. And when the wife was working, she made, it was only 2 children at the time. So she made the husband a beneficiary and then 2 of the
Mm-hmm.
children beneficiary on the life insurance policy. So what happens is, so now, because she made minor children beneficiaries, he has to hire an attorney and go to probate court to prove that he's the guardian of his own children to get that part of the money
Mm-hmm.
released. So, one of the things I, educate when I deal with people, say don't make your minor children beneficiaries on your life insurance policy. Get somebody you can
Mm-hmm.
trust, somebody that will take care of them. But that's just a simple little thing that people are not educated on. They will get the money, but it's going to be held up in court, and it's going to be costs come out of that money because you got to pay attorney fees and court costs.
That is so crazy.
Yeah,
So that's a great tip. I hope everybody is listening to
yeah,
that and got that going.
yeah.
Now, so we have send out cards in common. So
Yes,
talk to us about, what is send out cards? I talk about these things, but
yes,
people sometimes they don't hear it from me.
yeah,
Sometimes
right.
a guest
Yes,
comes on, it's like, what?
yeah,
I need to get that. And
right.
I've been saying it all along. But anyway, so send out cards. How did you get in it? What do you like about it? That type of thing.
So I could talk about this all the time. Okay, so let me say this: America's Supermom did not put me up to say this. Okay, I love send out cards because the business we in is all about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So we either be relational or transactional. If
Mm-hmm.
you become relational, It'll turn to more business, more referrals. Because what I don't know if those out there that are listening, if they heard of Gary Vee.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Vee says the greatest marketing strategy is care.
Mm.
And so when you use send out cards,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you show people that you're different, you care. So I have a strategy that I use. Here's my strategy: send out
Mm-hmm.
cards. I do it more on Facebook. I do it some on the other platforms, but I do it more on Facebook. So my
Mm-hmm.
strategy is appreciation,
Mm-hmm.
consolation, or celebration. Okay.
Okay.
So let me break that down. So appreciation. So I'm going to thank people for doing something for me. So I'm gonna show
Mm-hmm.
appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do is I'll send them a personalized card showing appreciation. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
for somebody that done something, I get their mailing address. But then also there's consolation. So many times I go, I got something I have to do now. Facebook. Somebody have a
Mm-hmm.
death in the family.
Okay.
I'll private message them, get the mailing address. And many
Mm-hmm.
times when they have a death in the family, they post a picture on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I grab the picture, and these not I might not even never had a conversation with this person.
Right.
I grab the picture and put it on the card and send them a card, just letting them know that somebody is thinking about them, they're praying for them,
Mm-hmm.
they care. And there's no marketing on that card. It's strictly consolation. I'm trying to,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's celebration, graduations, birthdays, anniversaries, retirements. I send a card, and I go through my Facebook feed and daily. I'm been kind of behind on it, but I go through it, find
Mm-hmm.
people, and I work that three pronged strategy. And so I have
Mm-hmm.
those people in my database. Now, what it does is, number one, it shows that I care.
Mm-hmm.
Number two is you stay top of mind because once I send uh, a consolation card or whatever
Mm-hmm.
card, I'm gonna look at your Facebook, see if you have your birthday in there. I'm gonna put your birthday in the CRM. So when the
Mm-hmm.
time come around, you're gonna get a birthday card. So you got a consolation card, then you're gonna get a birthday card or something else. Come on, I got your address in there, so I send you a card. So I'm staying top of mind. I'm building a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then most of the time, what people do is many times people text me or because I put on there, hey, when you get this, I do a funny birthday card, and I got involved with Darla. I know you know who Darla is.
Yeah, she's been on the podcast.
Yeah, so Darla is Elaine is the one that brought me in, but Darla is her upline. So that's how.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm connected with Darla.
Well,
And
you
so,
connected with the right people.
yes,
Okay.
right, yes. So when somebody send me a message, I screenshot it. So they send me a message,
Mm,
so it's a testimonial for me. I got a
right.
whole lot of testimonials. I don't post them a lot because I don't li- I don't like to do things to show off. So I have a doing acts of kindness. I don't want people to do. I do it just to show off. So I
Right.
rarely do the share the testimony. But every now and then I get inspired. I'll post a testimonial where somebody said, and I'll make sure the name is not shown. Just what
Mm-hmm.
somebody said.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing it to inspire others that it
Yes.
can be doing. And so I just believe in doing acts of kindness of people. And so
Mm-hmm.
people. My philosophy is comfort people in their losses and celebrate them in their wins.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has losses. That's why the consolation. I've sent a person a card because they lost their dog.
Yeah.
Dogs are like children to some people,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's just
Mm-hmm.
to touch people's heart. And I look at it more as a ministry than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it allows you to stay top of mind with people, and people remember you. And people may have a card on their refrigerator or something. They remember you, and when something come up they know what business you in. You remember that guy that sent you a card? You remember that woman that sent you a card? And bam, that's it.
So true. And just another story because I had Chip Barkle on. Do you know him?
Yes, yes. I
Okay.
don't know
Well,
a person, but I've seen him in the group. Yes.
yeah. So what happened for him was got somebody on Facebook.
Hmm.
They had this long story about a family member that had passed away.
Hmm.
It was so moving. He said, I appreciate your share. Do you mind if I get your address and send you a card?
Yeah.
So he did that. They were so touched. long story short, he ended up getting $1 million listing
Wow. Wow.
from one person off of Facebook that was a complete stranger.
Yep. And you just never know.
So you never know.
Yep.
I think in those moments of really, you're not going to get a lot of competition.
Right.
You know,
True.
you think about it, you are part of their circle.
Right.
To celebrate some monumental things with them.
True.
You know, so I just think that is a great strategy. So I love that. Now, so how long have you been in send out cards?
I think since 2016. I think.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And my philosophy is, when I leave off the scene and people come to my funeral, I want people to say, Troy always try to make an impact.
Amen.
Yeah, and that's what I want my legacy to be, that I try to make an impact. And so that's why I do the send out cards, because I'm always trying to make an impact. And I remember John Maxwell said this. He said when he was young, he was chasing success, but when he got older, he started chasing significance. So I'm at a point where I want to be significant. It's not about success, and I'm not knocking success. I mean, I still got some stuff I want to accomplish and grow, but it's more about how can I be significant? How can I make that impact and influence somebody, and think about, I always think about like kindness. So somebody could be going through something and they could be thinking about committing suicide, and we sit on a card, and that card uplift their day, and they decide, I'm not going to kill myself today. Just that one small thing, so you just never know.
Yeah. And if you have the unlimited plan, it's free.
Yeah, right. That's what I have, the unlimited. And with unlimited, you can send overseas too.
You can send overseas. I mean, I'm telling you, people need to get with it, right?
Yeah, they do. I sent to Dubai, Finland,
everywhere.
I'm trying to think of some other countries. I think Germany. I sent Australia.
Yeah.
So this is what I can think of on top of my head.
I mean, that is such a great strategy now, because we have the global connections with Clubhouse and Facebook and some of these other things, So I think that is wonderful. So so talk to us about, you've got send out cards, how your money works, and your company. How do you manage and scale for things like, we've got Clubhouse, then Clubhouse has now they got Spotify has Green Room, and then LinkedIn is going to be doing something.
And Twitter Spaces now.
I mean, it's crazy. So we got all these things. Then it's like we have our business and being on these platforms and managing that. How do you manage your day? I mean, that's just the thing.
America's SuperMom. Some people don't know this. I work a full-time job too, and I have a business.
See what I'm saying?
So, and let me finish.
Let me get a piece of paper and a notebook, okay? So I can take some notes on this one.
And I'm very active at my church in the ministry. So before COVID, we had Sunday school Sunday morning, Sunday night service, Friday night Bible class, and Wednesday night Bible class. And there was a time I was teaching Tuesday Bible class.
Wow.
Noonday Bible class. I was teaching Tuesday, noonday. So I got that. I'm married. My son is 28, so I don't have little children. So, but I'm married. Business, ministry, and job, and it's always been like that. And I run my business by myself. Eventually, I've got to get me a VA.
Right.
Because, I do all my social media posting. I do, I'm on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Twitter.
Everywhere.
Right. Yeah. So I'm doing LinkedIn lives, stuff like that. So I'm the type of person, I can take on more than the average person. But there are times that I have to pull away. I have to take a break. I think in May, I took a semi-social media break. I was just getting overwhelmed. And I just kind of shut everything down. But what I would say to somebody, don't try to have so much as me, focus on, one particular or two particular social media platforms, and, build and get send out cards where you can build those relationships and you make a difference. You stand out because nobody else is doing that. And so, so you send those cards, even if they didn't buy anything, you thank them, for just having a conversation with you. And that's gonna go a long way, when you do things like that, just little things like that make a difference, show that you care. eventually, and this, I learned this is one thing that I want to say. If you don't, if you are in business and you are especially in sales, if you don't remember anything else, remember this: sometimes no just means not now.
Absolutely.
And I learned that with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, I tried to talk to her one time, she rejected me. She was not
Mm-hmm.
interested. I tried to talk to her the second time, she said no, she was not interested. And then I said, this is the last time I'm gonna try one more time.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her, I said, will you go out with me? And she said, when? And I knew it was on then. That was April of 90. I'm sorry, April of 91, September of 91. We got married, been married ever since.
Oh, that's awesome.
But that taught me sometimes no just mean not now.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lady who she approached me about a business, and she stayed true to that for a year.
Mm-hmm.
She would call me, and everything was just happening with life, and she stayed with it, and eventually after a year I signed up with her. So that
She took
is
that to
so,
heart. Yeah. She took,
yeah.
yeah.
She just scheduled her little call. She didn't take it personal. I
Yeah.
was like, I know you're probably thinking I'm crazy, but I would talk to her. We would have a conversation. I
Yeah.
knew her family, everything. It
Yeah.
was a call just from, she lived in Florida and I
Okay.
lived where I am. And so, yeah, but it took a year. She
Yeah.
stuck with it. And yeah.
Now,
So,
was it send out cards?
no, it was, I can't, Melaleuca.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Melaleuca. Yeah. So giving them a shout out.
Right. Yeah. I've been in a few companies. I don't think I've been in Melaleuca, but I've been in a few other network marketing companies.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this has just been a great conversation because I think, just the fact of all the things that you're managing, so many people during the pandemic, they are like, they feel like they're in a hard space.
Yeah.
They can't imagine having a business and working and all this. And I think it's so inspiring that you're able to do all these different things.
Well, the industry that I'm in my business. So I've been my business, my corporation's been around since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
But and I have a corporate job. I work in the mortgage industry, but I work from home.
Mm.
But the financial service, how money works, is basically in the insurance industry, and I've had license for 21 years.
Mm.
So what happens is around 2012, 2013, is shifted where you could write life insurance policies. You could write them. You had to be face to face. So it shifted where
Mm.
you didn't have to be face to face.
Mm.
So around that time, I started getting more into it and getting multiple licenses in other states because I didn't have to physically be there.
Oh.
So for a pandemic, most of my business now in the financial services is all virtual.
That's awesome.
And so the pandemic for me was not an issue because I was already doing virtual things.
Mm-hmm.
So when people in our company, the company that I'm with,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing virtual stuff first, but now the company that I'm with, they strictly virtual. So there's
I
no
see.
face to face. And so for me, pandemic hit, it just was more opportunity to do more virtual because more people was at home. I had Zoom, but I really didn't use Zoom. So with the pandemic, I really had to use Zoom. So I really learned how to use Zoom. And in fact,
Mm-hmm.
we had to use it for church, so I had to
Yeah.
so I had to end up getting the paid version because I was the one responsible for running the Zoom. And
Oh,
I had to
yeah.
tell my pastor, you got 40 minutes, but I know him, it's gonna be longer than that. So I had to get the paid version.
That's the one place that you never gonna get out on time for
Right.
the most part
Yeah.
is church, okay? And I'm listening to all the times y'all going to church throughout
Right.
the week.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
they definitely aren't getting off.
Right. Yeah. So I knew, I said, well, so I really, learned Zoom. And so, and I, learned StreamYard. And I started using
Mhm.
StreamYard, because I started doing LinkedIn Lives and stuff like that. So the pandemic for me, was still a blessing. And then now people are looking for speakers, virtually
Mhm.
now. So for me, that's some opportunities there, because I ain't got to travel, and I can do it from home. I work from home also. So for me, I like working from home, but I like people. So
Mm-hmm.
I do miss, I'll still do some physical stuff when it lifts,
Mm-hmm.
because I like people, being around people. But yeah, the pandemic, it wasn't a big shock to me.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And I mean, you just have a very good no excuses attitude. So for people out here who are just like, I don't know, I've got this, I got that, what advice would you give them about, moving forward, following your dreams?
Well, I would say, you know, like you said, you can. They say the old saying, you can make it, you can make an excuse, or you can get a results.
Mm,
And if if it's part time, a side gig, a hustle, do it. If you go to my
mhm,
LinkedIn doesn't have anything about my corporate job. It's purposeful.
mhm.
My LinkedIn is all about, because I'm building Troy Holt. I'm branding Troy Holt.
Amen.
Okay. Now, if my company want to stop paying me for advertising, I might add them on there. But I'm building. So that's for people who.
Amen. That's
So
a
that's,
good thing right there. You
that's
good.
for people who's trying to, maybe, well, I got a job, and then, I want to do a side gig, so purposely, I don't have anything by my corporate job. Uh, some of my past jobs I have on after I left. But
Mhm.
number one, I don't want them to get free advertising from me. Number two
Mm.
is, I may say something that may tick somebody off, and they might want to try to report to my employer.
Mhm.
So it's not, just not on there. And so
Mhm.
I would say, find something that you're passionate about, not something just going to make you money. Because if it's going to just make you money, you might quit if you're not passionate about it. But
Mm.
find something that's you're passionate about, that you enjoy doing, that you can do, that even if you don't get paid. And
Right.
if that's something, and start building, business on the side. Job security is not what people think it is. Tomorrow, I could lose my corporate job. I could lose. I got benefits, and it pays pretty decent. So that's why I'm there. But
Mhm.
it could lose tomorrow. So the key is, if the question is, if your job shut down tomorrow, voluntarily or involuntary, what would you do to survive? Figure
Right.
that out and start building that. And then, like me, tomorrow, if it closed down, I know what I can do, go right into and do.
Amen.
I don't have no, well, and I'm licensed in 12 states.
Amen.
I'm licensed in 12 states. So I could, okay, now it's going to be straight commission. But at the same time is, uh, I'll never be. I was just thinking the other day, I'll never be where, I don't have an idea to generate income.
Mhm.
And I'm also a John Maxwell, coach, speaker, and trainer.
Mm.
So I got avenues if I
Yeah.
wanted to generate, an income. So I try not to get too many, because I got too many things going on. I get distracted and can't accomplish that. But find something that you can do, and start working on it. And so, if tomorrow the job shut down, or if this variant come and they start, shutting stuff down.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I wasn't surprised about COVID. Uh,
Right.
and the reason why I wasn't surprised, because our pastor has always, I've been with the same pastor for 31 years.
Mhm.
And so he always taught. He said, don't be surprised. He said, if God shut the whole country down, just don't be
Mhm.
surprised.
Mhm.
He said, I'm 90 days from being homeless. And what he was telling people, he's God has blessed him, done well. But he's just saying is, if God don't provide, then, it won't be there.
Exactly.
So just be prepared in case something happened,
So
and
true.
you won't be caught off guard.
I love that. And, I hope that people are taking notes and realizing that because, what is showing for me is the things that we can't control.
Correct.
We have been conditioned to believe that we can control so much, but this pandemic has pulled the rug out of many of our lives.
True.
And now we have to face the music and realize, what are some things that we could be preparing for
Yeah.
now so that we can reap the benefits later. So I love that. This has just been a great conversation. I have really enjoyed it. And what final words would you like to share with the audience, that you want to leave them with today?
Final word, I would say, just go out there and look to make an impact. Just if it's small or big, just look to small impact, small acts of kindness make big impact, and just go out there to make an impact. And I believe if you look to start making an impact, then it will allow you to some type of way make an income.
I love that. That is just great. So this has been wonderful, Troy. So glad that we were able to connect and see each other off Clubhouse. Okay.
Yes, yes.
But you just give so much value on the platform. So I'm so
Thank
glad
you
that
for
we
the
were able to
opportunity.
connect. And for those of you that have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments and we'll be sure that Troy gets those. And we will send those answers back to you. But in the meantime, we want to thank you all for watching. And if something in this message resonated with you, reach out to Troy and share the video. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to share this information. And one final thing, how do they get a copy of your book?
If they want a copy of the book, the best option is to go to my website, troyholt.com.
Okay.
That's troyholt.com. And then at the top, it says book. And then just put in their mailing address and phone number. And I'll mail them the book.
Awesome. Okay.
And,
well,
and if you have interest if you have interest, I want to say this, if you have interest in getting in send out cards, which you should, don't come to me, go to America's SuperMom. This is her show.
That is so sweet. Well, yeah, I mean, they need to at least look it up and see what's going on, because I'm telling you, it's some good stuff.
And if they want a second opinion, if they want to say, hey, look, I talked to America's SuperMom, can I get your opinion? Yeah, I say, yeah, what she's doing is great. You need to get involved in it, but I'm gonna send them back to you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's how I operate. We got to operate in integrity.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much again, Troy, and looking forward to more collaborations in the
likewise future. I ain't seen you that much on Clubhouse lately, though. You've been.
I know. I do have 15 kids, so it's
I remember. Yeah, right. So you ain't got to say nothing else.
But I do have a lot of different stuff going on. But yeah, I've been on there, but yeah, I'm trying to scale back because. But I do like the platform. It's so nice to make genuine connections with people. Right. You feel like you know them like they family. You know what I'm saying? After talking to them a couple of days.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to let you go. This is Clubhouse. I got a message on Instagram about 2 or 3 days ago. A lady that's she's an interior designer. And she says she's doing an event next month on Zoom. She said, I want you to be a part of it. And I want you to talk about how money works, financial services. And I don't have no association with interior designer. She said, I've been stalking you. She said, I've been in rooms with you. I've listened to you. I've watched you. I've researched you. And I want you to be a part of this. And that's being on Clubhouse.
See what I'm saying?
And what I'm saying is go on Clubhouse and go in rooms, offer value, support, encourage, and build community and build relationships, and opportunities like that open doors. And I go in rooms that have no part of real estate. I've been in Shanae's room, So Shanae sometimes will call me up, so just offer value and not trying to sell anybody. So if you do that, it can open doors. Just want to say that.
So true. And that is so true. And I think people really feel like they know you.
True.
On Clubhouse. I mean, it's like it's been like 4 months with a core group of people, and it seemed like you've known them for years. They know more about some of your stories than your own family.
They do. And I've had people that I was friends with or connected with on LinkedIn, and it just wasn't no interaction there. When I got on Clubhouse, it opened up doors for LinkedIn. I ended up being a co-moderator in the LinkedIn Club group, and so and then when I come in some of those groups, people call me up. They say, people message me. I like what you have, and I'm not a LinkedIn expert at all. I don't claim to be that, but people that call me up and want me to participate, and they say, "Well, Sister Troy, you got some wisdom." Well, now God has blessed me with that, and I'm just talking about dealing with people, and so just being there, it has opened up, more doors. Now I got to figure out Twitter space. Somebody, I'm gonna check that because I'm on Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter like I used to be.
Oh yeah, see, I'm not on Twitter. I'm like, well, I'm gonna leave that to you because I got all these kids. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, then you hear about the president. They done got him off Twitter. I'm like, I'm not even in.
Right. Yes.
Okay? So, but this has been so much fun. So thank you so much for joining me. And for those of you that were watching, I hope that you got a lot of value out of this interview. And we look forward to seeing you all on the next episode. Bye for now.
Bye.